All right, Trevor, another great week of football, man. You know what I always say, man. It's always a great week when the Cowboys get a dub. You know what I mean?
What's the saying? It's a great day to be a cowboy or something like
Hey,
that.
how
I don't
about
know.
them
How about the
Cowboys?
Cowboys? Something like
How about
that.
them Cowboys, man?
I don't
But
know,
I heard this one song. I'll post a video of the Cowboys win against the Eagles. But this guy he was singing. He was like, "Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me,
man.
asking me, are y'all still them boys?"
Yeah, you sent that to the Twitter group.
That thing was hilarious, man. That they really do that though with the Cowboys lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, they
Man,
do.
Trevor, let's skip the intro and go right to it since we're here. You know what
All
I
right, yeah, man. Let's get
mean?
into it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
So the Cowboys winning streak stays alive, man. 4 games in a row, not against shabby opponents. When you're looking at it, Bengals they're not at the bottom of their division. The Giants are 4-1 right now. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And we just beat the defending Super Bowl champions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what did you think about that victory, Trevor? What'd you see from the Cowboys yesterday?
The Cowboys, I think both of us picked the Rams to win that game, actually.
Yeah, we
And
did.
I think the Cowboys did great on defense. And this goes back to a topic we talked about last week. But yeah, I think I'm fully convinced the Cowboys are the best defense in the league. So
Yes, sir.
and I'm pretty sure you're happy about that. But now
Man,
they are they're making me a believer week by week in what they do, how they play, and they have a really good shot in the NFC to do some good stuff. So week by week, last week I wasn't fully sold on them. This week, it's looking better. I'm looking forward to see how Dak is next week. But going back to your
if
question,
he's even playing, we don't know if
yeah,
he's
we don't
playing or
even know
not.
if he's playing. But going back to your question, I was really impressed with the Cowboys going into LA and
Hmm.
getting the win because I thought since
And not a
LA
close
was
game
home,
either. Not
nah,
a
not
close
at
game
all.
either.
Defense dominated. Matt Stafford couldn't go nowhere.
And you got to remember,
Yeah,
LA's a home game for the Cowboys too. They're just training
yeah,
camp out
true.
there, so
True. So I'd give them a lot of credit for going into LA. The Rams have been struggling, but it's still, the Super Bowl defending champions. You got to go on the road. You got to win, and they took care of business. Cooper Rush did what he was supposed to do. Nothing crazy, but he didn't, turn
you
the
win.
ball over. He
Imagine winning a football game only passing for 100 yards
exactly. He didn't. He
and
didn't have.
zero passing touchdowns.
Yeah, he didn't have. Like you said, any passing touchdowns.
Only
Not
three
many
receivers caught
attempts.
a pass. Only three
Yeah.
receivers caught a pass.
Dallas ran the ball really well though.
Really well. I think
Yeah,
160 yards up there.
yeah, something like that. So, I mean, they have a good chance. I'm still gonna stick with the Eagles in the NFC East, since I picked them first. So that's what I'm gonna
Well,
stick with. But you got to give Dallas props when it's due,
so
man.
let me ask you that. Well, before we go there, Trevor. So big reason the Cowboys won. A player that sealed the game for him yesterday,
Hmm.
Michael Parsons.
Michael
Man,
Parsons,
is
yeah.
my who is more impactful, Aaron Donald or Michael Parsons right now?
Right now,
Right now,
I think you have to say Michael Parsons because he's just
yeah.
opening stuff up for other people.
And he could
I
do so
think,
much. He
yeah,
he impacts the game with, for one, his pass rush. Even if he's not getting there, like even before the play like starts, he's impacting offensive linemen. He has them false starting, jumping out of their stance because they're so nervous to try to block him. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then you can move him to linebacker where he can play in coverage. Like last week, he literally guarded him at Lauren, and they threw at him, and he got a deflection.
Hmm.
Like, you know how ridiculous that is?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think over the course of like the end of last season, early this season, people have been saying a lot of great things about about Parsons, about Michael Parsons. And I mean, he just goes out there and proves it every week. And
Yeah,
he's fighting a growing injury, and he still went out there and dominated and got sacks and
dominated.
got in the backfield, got pressures, all
When
that
we
stuff,
thought it,
dropping back
when
in
we thought he
coverage,
was
everything.
when we thought he was out of the game with the injury, he comes back and seals the game with a strip sack.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm giving the Dallas Cowboys a little too much love right now, man.
Well, let's go to a topic where you won't have to give them any love.
Okay.
So they played. We all know about the matchup coming up on Sunday night, Cowboys versus Eagles. Let's talk
Mhm.
about that one because we started getting towards it. One thing I want to know, Trevor,
Mhm.
before we start talking about the matchup, is if the Cowboys win, are you gonna give them that credit? Like, are
Of
you gonna
course.
finally put them above the Eagles in the NFC
Yeah.
race?
Yeah,
Not
I
even the
will.
NFC race because right now it's looking like whoever wins the NFC East is gonna win the NFC. So
Yeah, yeah. Okay, we'll just stick with the NFC East then. Like if the Dallas
Mhm.
Cowboys beat the Eagles, you got to. I think now I will say this. I do think the Eagles match up well with the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Dallas Cowboys
they're
match up.
they're very
Yeah,
similar.
I
They're
think
very
they match
similar.
up well with each other. Like, it's
Hmm.
not too many advantages in one way or the other. It's pretty, stacked up pretty nice. So
Well,
I mean,
there is one advantage.
Michael
There's
Parsons is
yeah,
going, yeah. I
there's not
mean,
another one of him.
yeah,
He's gonna wreck the game, and
yeah, yeah.
he watches ESPN every morning. He hears people like you, Trevor, saying that the Eagles are the
I,
best team in the NFC East. He hears Stephen A. Smith every morning saying that just wait, they'll make you happy. You know what I mean? Like he hears all that. He went on
he
first take
says
one
it,
day and
yeah,
talked to Stephen A. Smith.
yeah,
He
yeah,
hears it all, and it's just fueling the lion for what he's gonna do on Sunday to Jalen Hurts. That's all
yeah,
I'll say.
man.
That's all I'll say for that part.
Yeah. No, if they beat the Eagles, you got to give them the top seed in the NFC East and probably in the NFC at this point in time.
Right
I
now.
mean, there is. I mean, I'm not really a Cowboys hater. I just look at and see what I just say what I see. So
Yeah.
early on, I felt like the Eagles were playing better, but
Mhm.
defensively, I see what you're saying. But overall, I felt like the Eagles came together, offense and defense. But
Yeah,
sometimes defense. Oh,
their run game is really
uh-huh.
good. They have AJ Brown and they have Devonta Smith, man.
Mhm.
They got something, but they don't have Michael Gallup and CD and Noah Brown.
Oh, I mean
This
they
is
got
actually
AJ and Smith, Devontae
this is
Smith.
the part of the game that the Cowboys excel in that people don't really speak about. That
Hmm.
third phase, like they excel at all three phases. Special teams, flipping field with punts with
Special
Brian
teams.
Angers
Yeah.
and Keontae Turpin's returns make a big difference, especially with Cooper Rush playing. Keontae Turpin gets us in great field position a lot. He gets us on the other side of the 50 or at the 50 a lot on punt returns and stuff like that. And Brian Anger, when we're pushed back, he's great at flipping the field instead of punting from our end zone and he getting it to the 50 or something like that. He gets it to like the 40, 30, which makes
Yeah.
a really big difference, which is a phase of the game
Yeah.
where we will, that's the one place where
That's a
we
really good point.
definitely beat Philly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point because that's something I definitely noticed in the LA game. Special teams
Mm-hmm.
really did their thing, and a lot of times Matthew Stafford, like special teams, along with the defense playing the way they were, like they
Mm-hmm.
would put Matthew Stafford, in not in great field position.
Mm-hmm.
Special teams would come up with really good plays to, put whether the offense was going on the field or the defense was going on the field, putting them in
Put them
really
in
good
great
positions.
positions. Yeah.
So I mean, that is a good point, and we'll see, man. This Sunday, Sunday night, right? Sunday night
Yeah,
football.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
Sunday night. So
So
this is the real question that everybody has about this game, Trevor.
yeah,
For one, is Dak gonna play or is he not? And for two, do they have a chance of winning without him?
yes. I mean, it's hard to say no because they've been winning. They've been winning without him.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll have a chance. If the defense is what we believe they are, they'll have a chance. But I think the Eagles are going to come out because that's who I picked. I still feel like they're playing with. There was a scare in Arizona, I will say that. But I think
This
I'm
is
gonna roll with
scaring
the Eagles.
Jacksonville for the first half too.
Yeah, it
They
was.
just didn't score second half.
Yeah.
But what I'll say on that topic is, Trevor, I don't know if we can get over the hump against the Eagles without Cooper Rush.
You mean
We
with them?
Yeah, with Cooper Rush. I
Uh,
don't our passing game just isn't where it needs to be. And if you don't really watch the games, then you don't understand that there's a couple plays in every game
yeah,
that we get very lucky. These
yeah,
interceptions get called back. Those are game changers right there. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
on the turnover margin, he doesn't have any right now. And
yeah,
I think that pressure from the Eagles, their DBs, Darius Slay, stuff like that, man, it's gonna make it tough. And of course, with a quarterback like Dak Prescott, that when you get that run game going, he can get it downfield. You know what I mean? So it's a threat on both
hmm
sides. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it's I just worry about being able to move the ball with just Cooper Rush. So if gets down to like a below 10 point game for both sides, then I think we'll be okay. But if the Eagles score a little bit, then I don't know if we can keep up without
yeah.
that.
I understand, and that's been my concern with the Cowboys. Like if they do get it for whatever reason, if they do get in some sort of shootout,
Hmm.
can they score the points? But I think you also have to give Cooper Rush his props because he hasn't turned the ball over, or sometimes you just get lucky. I
Yeah.
mean, uh, that's sports,
Hmm.
and I think he's done a really good job at not um, turning the ball over, not making a whole bunch of mistakes, just guiding the ship and letting everybody else do their job, and just keep everything moving. So I think if he continues to do that and just make throws here and there where he needs to,
Hmm.
they'll be in position because of their defense, because of their special teams, because of the if they keep running the ball like they do,
Hmm.
you know, it they're still a formidable team. So, but I think the Eagles, have a good shot. So,
Yeah.
we'll just see,
It's gonna
man.
be
I'm excited for that
it's
game.
gonna be a good game, man.
Yeah,
Everybody's looking forward to it. Let's
yeah.
go ahead. Let's go ahead and make a pick on that game, Trevor, because I ain't put it in our predictions.
I
It's too
already
it's
said
too
it.
it's too
I
much
already
it's too
said
much
it.
bias and stuff. Who you got? Cowboys?
I'm gonna go with the Eagles,
All right,
man.
I'm going to Cowboys.
Yeah, it's a good.
I
It's
didn't put it
actually
in
good,
I
huh?
didn't put it in our picks because the questions with Dak. So
Okay,
I
I
think that
understand.
I think if we both knew Dak was
Knew
playing,
Dak was playing.
we'd probably go
No, I
Dak.
understand that. And honestly, it's probably a real good week to pick the Cowboys because at some point the Eagles have to lose. And
Hmm.
um, this is actually a really good matchup. And the Eagles are coming off that game against the Arizona Cardinals,
Hmm.
where towards the end of the game they kind of offensively didn't pick up when
Hmm.
they needed to, and
I think Dan Quinn's gonna watch a
yeah,
lot of that film and see what it was that stumped him. So,
yeah, he's really good at picking up on tendencies and things like that and calling
mhm.
defensive plays. But
And he's bringing the heat on third down.
yeah, always. But just a side note, we don't got to talk about this much, but Arizona
Hmm.
love coming from behind, man. They
They
love
do.
coming from
Actually,
behind.
we can talk about that. Let's forget the NFC East best division topic because we both know
Okay.
they are.
Yeah, right
Like,
now they are. I mean, it's hard
why?
to dispute it.
Why does Arizona love coming from behind? And
I don't know, man.
whose fault is it that the meltdown at the end with the slide and the
You mean
spike and having it?
Kyler
Yeah.
Murray? Yeah.
Hmm.
I think you do. I feel like it's a whole team
Hmm.
perspective because especially early on, the Cardinals just don't seem to have it clicking.
Nah,
Whatever game it
it
is,
seems like they're sleepwalking to start every game.
yeah, every game. So if you're continuously doing that as a team, eventually it catches up with you. And I feel when games do get tight and you have to make those plays, you're not as sharp as
Yeah.
you need to be. So
Mm.
him sliding, Kyler Murray sliding a few inches or a yard short of the first down, spiking the ball on third down. Now you can't, really take a chance on fourth down with 30 some seconds left. You have 30
That's
some seconds left. So,
I
but
think
they didn't have timeouts.
I think
They
that's
did not
exactly
have
I think
timeouts.
that's it. I think that's exactly right, Trevor.
Mhm.
What Coach Gross used to tell us all the time in Akron was when you're tired and in pressure situations, which are the end of the game, what comes into effect? Your habits.
Yeah.
And I don't think they work hard enough on those habits, like winning habits at the end of the game. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Uh knowing time and possession, things like that. And I think that's one of their biggest problems. I don't know if it's the whole team that doesn't work on it, or if it's the quarterback, or if it's not an emphasis for the coaching staff or something like that.
Mhm.
But you'll lose a lot of games like that because in the NFL, a lot of games are tight, and it comes down to the last drive. And if you don't have the right habits on the last drive, it'll come back to bite you. We saw Dallas last year against the 49ers when they did the QB draw, and which could have worked, but they ran a little too far. They didn't know who to get the ball to make sure the ref could get it down, stuff like that. It's the little things, man. It's a small margin of error. So
Yeah. And then what got what was kind of crazy was, I don't know if you saw, but the kicker, he kept like
in practice, he
pushing
was
it to the
missing it.
right.
He
Yeah, it
did the
kept
exact
going
same
right. And
thing he
it's
did
I
pregame.
I
Yeah,
actually thought if he
it
was
was
gonna
crazy.
miss it, if he was
He'll
gonna
miss it
miss
the
it,
other
I
way.
thought he would go the other way. But
Yeah, but he did the exact same thing.
that's gotta hurt, man. As a kicker, man, that's gotta
Bro,
hurt.
it can't hurt because like you should make the adjustment. He
Yeah,
never
you
did.
should.
Like you,
You
it's
should.
like me shooting the ball short.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna shoot it short every time. I'm gonna shoot it for you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
It's
gonna adjust. You're gonna adjust.
man. But let's go to another end of game controversy.
All right.
Was that rough in the passer, Trevor?
Brady?
Yes.
Heck no. What is the defense supposed to do, bro? It was funny. Trevon, my brother, he's a
mm-hmm,
Falcons fan, right?
mm-hmm,
And we was in there, we was watching first take. I was on lunch break and everything.
mm-hmm.
And my mom asked, "Did you see that thing that happened to Brady?" And and they called roughing the passer. And my
mm-hmm.
brother was like, "Yeah, man, did you see that?" He said, "Man, the defender, he done laid a blanket out for him, gave him a pillow, read him
Really
a
though.
bedtime story and
Really
everything."
though. Really though.
And they called it rough in the pass. Nah,
Call that rough in the passer,
yeah,
yo.
it's crazy, man, because what else is he supposed to do? He didn't tackle him and like fall on him.
He
He
laid him
rolled him
down.
around
And
and
that's
yeah,
a natural play. He didn't even slam him.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because a lot of the
Mhm.
times when they roll like that too, he ain't down yet. He
Mm-mm.
laying on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. But I definitely don't think that was roughing the passer.
Do
And it's
you
crazy how they call stuff like that for Brady, but running quarterbacks like I just said
Lamar
Lamar
Sam?
Jackson.
Yeah.
More Lamar. They don't call anything. They don't protect him as well. You know.
Yeah. Do you think that call was an overreaction to what happened to Tua?
Yeah, definitely.
Because that, I mean, it was kind of the same play, but Tua got slammed down harder though, and it was on the
Yeah,
head.
yeah. So
But
I think they're kind of it's in the back of their heads. You know.
mhm, yeah, but no, that definitely was not roughing the passer at all. I really don't know what the defender could have done to avoid that. Like, you got to
I
tackle
don't
him.
know.
Are you gonna have
I don't
a?
know
You
either.
remember when the defender was about to tackle Brady? I feel I believe he was in with the New England still, and like he was like
Mhm.
running, and the defender like stopped and like let him go because he didn't want to like get a
Rough the passer, or like
roughing the
get a
pass. Yeah,
target helmet to helmet, or like
yeah, and he let
yeah,
Brady just walk in. So I mean, I don't know what the defender's supposed to do, man.
yeah. It's rough sledding, man.
Yeah.
But tell me this, Trevor:
Hmm.
are the Steelers that terrible, or are the Bills that amazing? That's a
I
question.
think it's both.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just a perfect storm if you
Mm-hmm.
think about it, because the Steelers, I don't think uh I feel like they have some talent, especially on the offensive end,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just not coming to get like they still got holes on the roster that they got to figure out, important holes. I don't think the line blocks very well, especially for um their running back. Dang, I keep forgetting his name.
Who's
I remember it
the Steelers?
watching. Yeah, I
Najee
remember
Harris.
watching. Yeah,
Najee Harris.
Najee. Yeah, Najee. They don't block well for Najee. I
I don't
and
think the line is pretty new. I don't think
yeah,
they have the chemistry they need yet.
yeah.
That's
It's been
part
an
of the
issue.
problem.
It's been an issue for the past few years. But
So
the
I,
Bills, I think that they're just really good, and the Steelers just aren't that good. So it
yeah,
just turned out
yeah,
bad.
I think I think the Bills are just that good because
Yeah,
we've seen tons of teams play the Steelers this year and they haven't got whipped that bad.
fair enough.
Most of the time they've been in the game, and what the Bills just did to them. Goodness gracious, Trevor.
Yeah, I mean,
Somebody, uh, somebody need to apologize.
they need to get arrested for that beating, huh?
Yes, they do. They do.
Hey, like I agree with you, man. The Bills, they are, and I think a
They
lot of
had
people
400
thought that,
yards almost in the first half.
bruh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Are they still your Super Bowl favorite?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
All
Man,
right.
Miami though, they I know they don't have Tua, but they
I'm not gonna judge them off that game, man.
yeah,
They didn't even have Bridgewater had got hurt
yeah,
too. So
Bridgewater got
they had
hurt
their
too.
third string. I don't even think third string quarterbacks are ever like expecting to play. They just get out there and they're
Hmm.
like, oh snap, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
So I ain't
no,
gonna
I
judge
feel
them
you.
on that one.
I feel you.
But let's go to a team that had a complete meltdown, Trevor. What's up with the Lions, bro? Like they went from us saying like they're a sleeper team to getting smacked by the third string quarterback against the Patriots, right?
Yeah, something like that. I know Matt Jones hasn't returned
Nah,
yet, but
it's the third
it's
string
the third
quarterback.
string.
The
Yeah,
third string
so
quarterback.
uh
Getting shut out too.
yeah, the defense is surprisingly not as good as what we thought.
I knew the
You
defense
think they
wasn't
weren't
good.
gonna be good?
I mean, after like the first few games, I knew the defense wasn't good. They
Mhm.
gave up like 50 points last week, and then they gave up 38 week one against the Eagles. They give up a lot of points.
Coming into the season, I thought that that's something that they would want to, I guess, establish. Like, we're
Mm,
hard nosed, we play defense, we're gonna give a whole bunch of effort, but hasn't really, I guess, translated over.
yeah,
And yeah, I think you, me, and some other people thought that they would be a tough team to beat throughout the season, but it just
yeah. I
hasn't
thought.
hasn't really been that
I
way.
mean, they've been tough, but like last week was literally a meltdown. Like they didn't even
Yeah,
score.
yeah. I don't know, man. I guess I mean it's the Lions though. It's tough. You can see them, trying to make a shift, but it just don't
Mhm.
seem to work out.
Yeah,
And
are they
actually,
cursed?
I don't know, man. It's tough. They haven't been really been good, in a while. And I do like the coach though. I feel like he's, really trying. And
You could tell the culture he's trying to establish, and it was
yeah,
evident the first few games, and it's kind of fizzled off. So he's got to kind of find a way to. Of course, he probably doesn't have his players, all of his players in and stuff, the style of play that he wants, but you can tell what he's trying to do. But
exactly.
it's not easy to do with a team that's been historically bad, you know.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Like the Browns.
It's just
I ain't gonna
yeah,
talk about those.
yeah, yeah, man.
Let's ask the
That's
hard
a
let's ask the hard hitting questions, the things everybody wants to hear right now, Trevor.
uh-oh.
Who's a worse quarterback right now?
Uh-oh.
Russell Wilson or Kyler Murray?
Uh I would have to say right now, Russ. I
That's what
think
I was
Russell
gonna say. That's
Wilson,
what I was gonna
because
say. Why is he
Kyler
here with him?
Kyler is like, at least they're still like scared of him. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
he still is a threat, and
They're laughing at Russell Wilson right now.
yeah,
That
Russ is kind
Subway
of
commercial didn't
struggling.
help at all, man.
Nah, man, Russ is struggling right now.
You hear what he
But
said? Ray said, "It's dead. You never had anything so dangerous."
Yeah. I mean, he's saying all the he's saying all the right stuff, I guess, but people still picking on him because
they're Bronco Nation. Let's try.
yeah, people still picking on him because like
I don't know
on
why. This is funny. It's
yeah
future fault.
on
It's future fault.
KJM,
Yeah.
Keyshawn J. Will and Max, like they
Mhm.
was picking on him. They was like, bro, like stop stop being so like PR driven, or
Get mad.
not worry about PR. Yeah, like just be yourself. Like let it out. Like
Like
they was getting
Ron,
on him.
Ron
So
Rivera today, they asked him what was the difference between Washington and all the other programs, well, all the other teams in the NFC East right now. He said quarterback, like, straight out.
so Carson. I mean,
Yeah.
we knew Carson Wentz is really not a
I think
long
I think
term answer.
I don't think he really meant it about Carson Wentz. I think he said that everybody has like a solid quarterback that they've
Hmm.
been building around,
Fair
and
enough.
they've had a different quarterback every year. You know what I mean? I think that's
Yeah,
kind of how he meant it, but it's still funny, man.
yeah. It's tough because as the quarterback of the team, you like, dang man,
If you
like,
don't have a Rockets a quarterback that you can build around, like you're just
hmm
getting pieces with nothing to, you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like having Legos with no instructions on how to put the thing together. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's really crazy. And to speak on the Washington situation, it's really crazy how like Carson Wentz was a MVP candidate one year, and then ever
It
since
fizzled.
then, it
The injuries and stuff.
yeah, just the bottom fell out. So it's
Nah,
kind of
think
crazy,
about it.
man.
I think the Eagles were winning a lot of games that year, and then they lost to the
They won the
Cowboys
Super
almost
Bowl.
time.
That
Yeah,
that's the
but
year they won
yeah,
the Super
I
Bowl.
think they were on a winning streak, and then they lost to the Cowboys. That's what I'm saying.
Uh,
It's another conversation for another day.
they
You know what I
always
mean?
we always circle back around to them boys,
I always got to. But I was gonna talk Trevor about the coaches on the hot seat, and I was gonna
Mhm.
talk about Matt Rule, but
Oh
he
yeah,
already got
he
fired.
already got fired.
I guess there's
Yeah,
no point in talking about that now. He deserved to go.
yeah.
Let, let's look at these picks, man.
All
Last
right.
week was terrible for me. I didn't get any games right, and you got 3 right and 2 wrong.
Yeah, last
So,
week I was scared. I was like, man, these these games
so
ain't gonna
now,
win anyway.
now you're up one, unfortunately. You've got 13 right,
Yes,
12 wrong,
sir.
and I've got 12 right, 13 wrong. So let's
But
go. Let's go.
we be split like 50
I
50.
know.
Like, I don't know,
I
it's
know.
crazy.
So let's go through these so I can get my lead back, Trevor. This is
All
the
right, let's
hardest
get
one right here. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is
it.
literally the hardest one.
Let's
The
get it.
Bears are the Commanders, man.
Yeah, no, it's
On
funny because
Thursday night
you
football. That's a
sent me
shit
the
show.
list, and
Mhm.
I was like, man, that's actually a tough one.
I'm
But I'm
going
gonna go with the
Commanders.
Bears. I'm
I'm
going
going
with the Bears.
Commanders. I'm
Okay,
going
cool.
Commanders.
I
They
feel
look
you.
good. They actually look good last week. I'm
I
not
feel
gonna lie.
you. I feel
And the
you.
Bears are a walking mistake, son.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Uh, this is Patriots and the Browns.
Mm,
I
I
don't
think
think
I'm gonna
Brown.
go with the Browns.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
I
with the
don't think the
Browns.
Browns are gonna lose 2 games in a row. They're the
Yeah,
type they have a sneaky game every week where they lose on accident. So
yeah, and look,
actually they just
Patriots
lost.
still.
Actually, they
Yeah, they
just
just lost
lost
to
2 in a
the
row.
they just lost to the
Chargers
Chargers and let them come back.
and they
But
lost to
I
the
don't think
Falcons the week
I don't
before.
think they're gonna let that happen again this time. I could
Especially
be
if Mac
wrong.
Jones, especially if Mac Jones isn't playing.
Yeah,
Now
that's what I was about to ask. Is he playing? Because that's actually a
Trevor,
good
high,
question.
you know how long the high ankle sprain is, bro.
Yeah.
He's still
Okay.
a few weeks
All
out.
right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Even if he does, I don't think he's gonna be healthy enough to run for Miles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney.
Fair enough. And like I like the Browns be solid throughout the game. They just find ways to lose. But
Yeah,
I hope I don't think they're gonna
as
find
long
other
as they can
ways to
keep it,
lose.
as long as they can keep it on the ground, that'd be all right.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna go with the Browns.
All right. In a game that at the beginning of the season we would have thought would be a blowout, Trevor. Now it's gonna be a great game. The Jets or the
Yeah.
Packers, man.
I mean, honestly, even before last week, I didn't have a whole bunch of faith in the Packers, man. But the Jets and the Packers, the Jets just pulled out a nice win against the Dolphins, but I'm gonna have to go with the Packers. I'm gonna go with I don't think they're
Jets
gonna
on
lose.
the Jets are on a 2 game winning streak, Trevor.
Yeah,
I'm going with them.
you rolling with it. I feel you. No, I understand, man. I just don't think the Packers gonna let get upset 2 times in a row. So,
I feel it.
Yeah, but I like the Jets pick, but I think my gut is telling me Packers.
And another tough game, Trevor, that we wouldn't have thought would be tough before the season.
Hmm
4-1 team, 3-2 team, man. Who do you have? Ravens or Giants? I got
Oh,
the
that's Giants. I thought it was Saints.
Giants. Oh wait, is it the
Ooh,
Saints? Let me check.
let's see.
Let me check and make sure I got the right game. I think it's the Giants though. I be writing stuff wrong sometimes.
No, no, it's all good. Let's see.
Yeah, it is the Giants.
It's the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
It just got
Ravens
tougher,
or
huh?
Giants. Mm.
I'm going Ravens because I need them to win so we can get first place after we beat Philly. And the
That's
Giants
a
should do for a
tough
loss.
one.
The Giants aren't the greatest. Like they're way
Yeah,
better. I like their coaching, but they're due for a loss, another
I'm
loss.
I'm wondering if they magic gonna continue though. And the Ravens, honestly, the Ravens haven't looked all that great to me.
It did. They look really good yesterday. The
They
defense
did.
did a
They
lot
the
better.
defense did, but they just don't seem to put it together. But I gotta go. I gotta go with my boy Lamar. It's
Yeah.
hard for me to pick against him. I got to.
And now the hardest game of the week, but one of the most talented.
Mm-hmm.
Bills Chiefs.
Bills Chiefs.
Bills Chiefs.
You know I like the Chiefs, man.
I think Josh Allen gonna have war on his mind. You know what I mean when he comes in
Yeah,
there.
I
So
can't wait for that game. Honestly,
I'm going with the Bills. That's 425 on Sunday. Even though I need Patrick Mahomes to do good because it's my fantasy quarterback. All
I'm gonna go with Chiefs. I'm gonna go with
right.
Chiefs. Yeah, that yeah. Now that's gonna be a good matchup, man. I can't wait for that game.
So we only picked the same on 2 games. So I might be able to make a little
It's gonna
comeback
be
this
a
week,
swing.
Trevor.
It's gonna be a swing one way
Yeah,
or
we're
the
gonna
other.
see. We're gonna
It's
see.
gonna be
We're
a
gonna see.
swing, man.
We're gonna see, man.
Yeah.
But for sure, let's thank everybody for tuning in, man, to the newest episode of the Huddle. As always, if you enjoyed it, go follow us on Instagram, like, subscribe on YouTube. You know, let us know if y'all have anything you want us to talk about. And as always, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And we'll see you next week on the next episode of the Huddle.
Peace.